Devam Divyasanam Sachandavadanam Balarkachivanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Paranam Vairagya Divyapadim Sri Siddhanta Nidam Sivakilasitam Sarasvatanam Varam Vandetam Suparam Mareka Sharanam Nyasishvaram Śrīdharam. Quantity and quality. Quantity and quality. Śrīla Mahārāja was a person of quality. And he very much was a person who spent his time deeply absorbed in meditating on the words of his Guru Maharaj and previous acharyas.
Your hand close.
Oh,
It works. You just doesn't keep it close. Yeah.
okay.
This is better. This is better.
One is better.
This is better. Okay. So the deep realizations of Śrīdhara Mahārāja are something that are not normally produced by the general group of devotees. In other words, and that was recognized by our Harinam and Diksha Guru, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. He noticed from the very beginning the special attributes of Srila Bhakti Rakak Srila Śrīdhara Deva Gosvāmī Mahārāja. In other words, there's an old saying, it takes one to know one. The Śrīla Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, descended from a platform of pure devotion from the very, very beginning of his life. And that continuity of devotion and dedication to Mahaprabhu and Nitai and to his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was recognized by Srila Śrīdhara Mahārāja. So Srila Śrīdhara Mahārāja often said that it was Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada, it was he who fulfilled the desire of Saraswati Thakur. And that was right here at Radhakund. The instructions given to Śrīla Prabhupada by Saraswati Thakur was right at the Sangam, where he said, if you ever get any type of Lakshmi resources, publish books, print books. So Śrīla Prabhupada, he started off printing where? Radha Press. So Radhakund, Radha Press. And Srila Śrīdhara Mahārāja appeared in Kartik, Bahuvas, but not at the appearance of Radhakund, because that is a little bit of a dilemma that is being propagated and has been propagated for quite some time, over 100 years. In actuality, Mahaprabhu, as Srila Śrīdhara Mahārāja explained, he entered into Vrindavan in the month of Posha. That's the winter time, right? And he had traveled throughout Braj, establishing the different places of pastimes of Lord Krishna. And when he came to this area, then in the rice field he discovered that pond, which was Radhakund. So that wasn't at this time, that was later, January, February, like that. It was cold time. And then after, in the month of, then he continued on to Benares, and there he met and instructed Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami after. So this particular historical fact, this was actually clarified by Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja. And our contemporary here, Giri Maharaj, brought that out. And of course, I spoke this also to some of the residents here in Radhakund, and they accepted it. Some of the Brahmins here, they accepted that reality. So again, coming back to Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja, it is personalities like him who have been able to extract the essence out of the Shastra, clarify those particular points, and delineate those points to the audience according to the time, place, and circumstance. So when we first heard of Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja, that was in 1978, and it was elucidated by one of our godbrothers who said, we are following the orders of our spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, by going to Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja and hearing his explanations of the Siddhanta and how to behave, Vaishnava etiquette, how to behave with one another. So these 2 points, which are actually the foundation of our Gaudiya culture, how to deal with one another, Vaishnava etiquette, and what is the proper philosophy. What is Dham Tattva, Nam Tattva, Guru Tattva, Archan Tattva. So many points. Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja, questions were asked of him at that time, specifically from 78, 79, 80, 81, and 82. These particular years were when Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja started to give out many of the very, very important philosophical and Siddhantic points. And it behooves everybody in this audience to hear directly, due to this is the modern world of technology. So recordings were there. Srila Prabhupada's disciples, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's disciples, were very, very astute in recording every word that Prabhupada said. And those recordings were made, and they're very clear. And they have given guidance to millions of people throughout the world. And the graduation from those talks are the talks of Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja. And it was Srila Prabhupada's disciples who started to record the words of Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja, which are for the benefit of everyone, this generation, the next generation, for generations to come. So it's a dynamic process. And the words of the spiritual master, they're not static, they are dynamic. You can hear them over and over and over again. And as we progress in our spiritual life, new and more new meanings will come. And that inspiration that we get, we will want to share that with others. That is a natural phenomena. If you have something nice, you want to give it to others. You want to share it with others. Right? So this process is the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and especially Nitai. Nitai is very, very compassionate, very indiscriminatory. In other words, he doesn't discriminate. who is fit or who is unfit. He's not caught in the cage of this body or mind or intellect. He is not identifying himself as, I am from this country, I am from this race, I am from this caste, I have this type of education. Nitai doesn't discriminate. He freely distributed love. But that love means what? It means dedication. Dedication to what? Utility. Śrīla Mahārāja uses the word utility, to be utilized by the higher agents. Not that we want to use them, we want to be used by them. Because that's our nature. Krishna Das. We're eternal servants of the Supreme. That's our very nature. And the moment we go against that in the exploitive nature, then there's a contradiction. There's disharmony. There's dissatisfaction. There is no happiness. Jai Ho. Hari Ho. So, please, take the name of Nitai Gaur and chant the Maha Mantra with full heart. As Guru Maharaj would say, heart within and God overhead. March on. Heart within. The head can only take you so far. The head, the intellect, will only take you so far. Buddhi dadami yogam tvam. The buddhi, what is that buddhi? What is that intelligence? That divine intelligence is given by Krishna. And who does he give it to? Those who have surrendered to him, who are on the path of progressive spiritual development. He gives them the intelligence by which he can be known. And who can know Krishna? There's only one person who knows Krishna in tota. Srimati Radharani. Jai Sri Radhe Shyam.
Hare Krishna. I see my health, so bring that